The definition of everything that can go wrong. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You have this pencil here?
No. This was, feels hot in here though. It hit the bottom of the alternator and slung into the top. It was stuck in the foam up there.
You want me to go ahead and go to get a boat?
Yeah, if you can find one. Well, I think we need to get this alternator off and see what we got. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Yeah, so we've got Lambert here, so this will be perfect. Come on, Marquise, you can be involved in this too. So September the 27th, Tuesday, we've decided to go down below the storm. The landfall, I think, is Wednesday at 2 p.m. A national telecommunications provider has decided, our vendor has decided that we're going to go down and pick up and get below the storm so that we can be ready to help. I think right now you look at it, it's 130 mile an hour, 135 mile an hour storm. It only has to be 135 to be a Cat 4. And then, you know, Cat 5 happens at like 151, it's a weird number. But anyway, so we're getting ready, so it's midnight, after midnight, what time is it? Midnight.
It's almost midnight.
It's almost midnight,
yep.
On the day before we were leaving, and I had another project in Atlanta working with another company, and came in, the guys in Lambert and the team had done a great job of getting stuff ready. We had all the trucks staged and ready to go, and our original sleeping trailer, the alternator bolt came out while it was pre-staged outside, bent the fan, bent the bracket, and Shaky's in there right now working on that. So we're looking to see, you know, what we've got to do. We've got some contingencies that we can do. We put a nice big inverter system on this trailer, and it will run our freezers and our refrigeration. This trailer also has a lot of communications gear on it, but we might have to shut that down to conserve the battery power. So worst case, we might have to go into theater with just running the batteries to keep the refrigeration cool. And then when we get into theater, we have generators like behind you on the trailer, and with the cam tails, you can see how we have it temporary here. We can hook it up and get there. So anyway, it's just part of the logistics problems and some of the things that we overcome.
Part of the stuff with the mechanical equipment. I mean,
yeah, it's going to break.
It's going to break. And you know, got to be aware that there's a lot of maintenance involved and take care of it. But even if you maintain it,
it still sits here 8 months out of the year and not doing anything just to be ready for hurricane season, and you know, things happen. So all kinds of things happen on a hurricane. There's all kinds of lessons to be learned. We all make mistakes. We all have failures, but how we rise up to them is how we overcome and move forward and keep a positive attitude. Sometimes it might be as simple as sweeping something, and sometimes it might be as simple as replacing a bolt.
Caleb, are you right behind Smiley?
Yes, sir.
Can you see, you know, we have the side lights on that truck. Are they still on?
Come around, Parker. Are the side lights on that sleeper that Smiley's pulling, they burning? Tough to say. It don't really look like it. Caleb, pull up beside that old sleeper trailer and see if the lights are on the side. The big lights, floodlights. No, they're not. Hey, Parker.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they're not burning, but they ain't a real good place to get off here until you get about 205 down here.
All right. Let me call Joshua.
The repeater's still on. I was able to key it up. Came back.
Hey, Joshua.
Go ahead.
Can you shut down the server remotely, or do you have to be there?
Yeah, we can shut it down remotely, but not while we're running down the interstate. But yeah, it can be shut off remote.
All right, because if the generator died, you know, the batteries would keep the refrigerator going, but we need to shut all that off.
Good copy.
We'll probably have to get up in there to shut off the DAS.
All right. Smiley, just if you wanted to, maybe just like me and Smiley could stop, and maybe me, Smiley, and Joshua could stop and turn it off, and that'd save the battery and run and do the refrigerator.
Back of the convoy slow enough.
It's going to be after we get on 75, because there's really no place to get off down through here.
Alright, well that'll be fine. Just as soon as we can.
Hey Parker, what's the runtime on those batteries as is?
Hang on one second, Sheriff. I don't really know. The ones in the other trailer would do a refrigerator for 48 hours, but you know, I'm thinking only like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, copy. Alright, we'll see where we can get to up here, and we'll get that stuff gracefully shut down. If we can't get the generator restarted.
Yeah, good copy. Shaky, we talked about it. Did we get another belt or no?
No, we couldn't find one.
Okay. There's another one in there. I don't know if the belt went off again or what happened. I know it was running in Daresville.
Well, there ought to be a parts store around here somewhere where we could pick a belt up if we need to.
Reset it and crank it back up. Push the button that looks like a 0. Well, it'll automatically crank up there. Just put it back. If you push and hold the auto button until the light comes on, it'll crank. So this was all dead?
Yeah, everything was on 24.2.
I guess it's charging back. I guess it just sucked it down more than I realized. So we're on the exit 285 headed outside of Atlanta, headed south down to our staging area around the Georgia-Florida line. One of our sleeping trailers, we've had it in service for 15 years, has about 4,000 hours on the generator. And it seems like we had to stop because the generator went dead. We have a battery backup system to maintain the refrigerators and stuff, but we evaluated it and the generator was in an overspeed condition. What that means is that if the generator controller sees the generator go over 1,800 RPMs because it's synchronized to be 1,800 RPMs divided by 30, 60 hertz, it sees it goes to about 65 hertz, say 2,000 RPMs, it shuts the generator off. So a lot of things can attribute to that. We have a large charger. Sometimes it's an anomaly. It could be with them moving around, the fuel got messed up or something. So we're evaluating what that is. And then the servers and some of the equipment that we use going down the road, we're going to shut that down and just make sure we maintain the freezer and the refrigerator for the food that we have in that particular trailer. So just a little bit, it's a machine, it breaks, but we have redundancies and backup systems. And we've been moving for 3 or 4 hours and gives everybody a little bit of a comfort break. So here we are, exit 205, headed south. Still looking for that biggest storm, previous storm that hit Florida. You could put it inside the eye wall of this storm. So pretty big, massive storm. Came ashore about 3 o'clock. I think we're at what time, Stephen? We're about 5 o'clock. So we look like we ought to stage in tonight about 8 o'clock. So life on the road, chasing Ian.